High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
Cy Donnelly Field is the location for a battle of defending state champions. The Wreckers of Staples make the trip from Connecticut as 2-time defending champions against the Catholic champions, St. Anthony's. It's all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Today's showdown is presented by Catholic Health. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Butler alongside Brian Soper for what should be a really fun matchup. In some ways, it's a homecoming. We'll talk more about that as the broadcast goes along. But listen, these are two programs that know about playing deep in the month of May. Staples, they come in here as 2-time defending Connecticut state champions in the highest level of Connecticut lacrosse, and of course St. Anthony's, we know their prowess as well. So it shapes up for a fun battle.
Both teams, just used to winning, high competitive, programs. The rosters are filled with Division I, Division II, Division III talent. Right, beautiful day here on Long Island. It's going to be a tremendous day for lacrosse.
Hey, we look at the Wreckers of Staples, and they make the long trip from Connecticut with a 3-1 record, looking to bounce back from a loss to Darien. It's a Darien team they beat last year in the semifinals before beating Fairfield Prep to win the CIAC Class L championship. As always, as any team would, guys graduated. They're playing in college now. But this team, similar to St. Anthony's, has their strength from the back going forward. And up front, they've got talent too, but just young talent.
We know Darien, they beat up Manhasset, right, defending Long Island champion, the state champion from Nassau County. But yeah, in terms of defense, and usually, we're halfway through the season now. Offense is usually the thing that takes the longest to get going. So I think, they're looking here halfway through the schedule for that offense to start, ringing the net, and the defense is strong, and Staples is super strong in the cage.
Yeah, so let's look at a couple of their impact players now for Staples. And on attack, it's Adam Udell. He'll play his college lacrosse in the Big Ten at Michigan. He was an all-FCAC basketball point guard, so we know his vision and his ability. He is that prototypical ex-attackman for the Wreckers. And on defense, listen, this is a literal quarterback, the all-state quarterback, Caleb Smith. He'll go to UConn to play that sport, but right now he's trying to stop other teams' attacks.
Tremendous talent, and you're going to see on both sides, multi-sport athletes, a lot of football guys also playing lacrosse. Caleb Smith going to UConn, tremendous athlete, and I'm really looking forward to Udell, right, on attack there, dishing and working the X.
On the other side, it's St. Anthony's. They're 4-2. We saw them, of course, a week ago with a big rivalry win at Chaminade. They followed it up, taking on the #1 ranked team in the country. Played well in spurts, just could not get back, losing to Lawrenceville. So this is a chance, like we saw when they played Del Barton earlier this year, a chance for the Friars to bounce back from that non-league loss. And what better chance to do it than at home against a nationally ranked opponent in Staples.
Just a bad second quarter. The game kind of got away from them before the half. A few face-off violations, right, kind of stunted them at the X. But Coach Weiserick felt that in the third and fourth quarter, right, they played or outplayed Lawrenceville, who, we know how good they are. He's talking about the speed and really want to look to kind of control the tempo today.
Yeah, that really said something, right? We know St. Anthony's, they're NASCAR, and he's like, they were the fastest midfield we've seen.
Yeah, that's like warp speed, ludicrous speed, right? That's what they're playing at.
Let's take a look at the impact players today for the Friars. And listen, up front, Luke Breslin, what a terrific season Breslin has had. A Lehigh commit, the senior, co-captain. And in the back line, listen, I know that you love the LSMs for the Friars, and Parker McDonald, part of a terrific 1-2 punch with Ethan Bramoff.
Yeah, they may have long poles, but they're offensive threats in the middle of the field. And Breslin, the ability to attack in multiple ways, from X, question marks, inside rolls, and his ability to dodge from the angles and shoot with low angles. That's what's going to make him a tremendous player at Lehigh.
Let's take a look at the starters for today's game. First, for the visitors from Staples, and we mentioned Udell as part of the attack line, joined by a pair of Charlies. And that'll be Charlie Clark and Charlie Iannone. Iannone, an RIT commit. First midfield line with a pair of future college players, including one of the better juniors around than Ben Burmeister, the Notre Dame commit. You got Justin Hulke, Tristan Schaefer. You got some really good D-middies, too. We'll talk about them as the game goes along. But your back end, it's a couple of football dudes in Caleb Smith, Sam Petrosino, and Ryan Skolnick. And in the cage, one of the better ones around. Certainly for Staples, it's Josh Marcus, a UNC commit.
Yeah, 5-star goalie, number one ranked in his class, saving the ball at 63%. I'm really looking forward to not only his saving of the ball, but the outlets, right? He is an outlet machine, creating transition for the Wreckers.
Let's take a look at the St. Anthony's starters. And we'll get to them when we return from this break. Starters coming up after the anthem, as well as the opening faceoff right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people. All people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
Dante does it again! Defensive play. Dante Zadaro. Killico ties it up.
Move by Yeso steps up and scores.
A jump shot for Nell.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Welcome back to Cy Donnelly Field. Getting set here for Staples and St. Anthony's. We'll show you the Friars starters now, and an unchanged group from what we've seen throughout the year. Why change it when you're humming? Langton, Breslin, Riglietti, Bolello, Merrill, Ashheim as your middies, Badaro, Schneider, and Shanahan. And we'll also see a lot of Michael Kelton as well on the back line. And in the cage, Sean Ford, an excellent goalie for St. Anthony's. Another Division One bound goalie. He'll play at Utah. You see his save percentage there, 50.7 on the season. We take a look now as we're getting ready for the start of this one. The keys to this game, and spoke, of course, Soap with both head coaches before this one. And, you know, listen, it's a little bit of is cliche when you talk about face-off and goalie play, but very important for Staples because you figure they probably have the edge in the goalie play, but not so much in the face-off.
Yeah, St. Anthony's wants to dictate the pace of play. The face-off's going to be huge. The wing play for St. Anthony's is very, very good with those poles and Bolillo coming off the wing. And St. Anthony's wants a little better decision-making on offense. Staples, right, can try to go 50-50 at the X, win the goalie play as a defensive unit, and Coach really wants them to win their one-on-one matchups in the offensive end, which he feels so far they've struggled a little bit with.
Let's take a look at the matchup at the face-off X. And we know it's Michael Moon, certainly for St. Anthony's opposing him. There'll be a few different guys. This is face-off guy number 1, Jay Anastasi, the senior. You see his number, 74% on the year. It's going to be Anastasi and Salado, and they bring different things to the game as Moon wins the opening face-off.
Nice clean win there by Moon. I think that's important for him in this first quarter to really gain some confidence and dominate possessions for St. Anthony's.
When we spoke with Staples head coach Will Kashansky, who it's a homecoming for him, right? St. Anthony's 08, a Kings Park native. But he said, listen, we've got to make sure that we're dialed up defensively because it's St. Anthony's, they'll run through their sets and they'll look for different options. They'll let the ball do the movement. So we've got to really be dialed in for an entire set here. We can't lose our matchups. As it's Merrill kicking it back out. Up top, step down, fired high and wide. First shot opportunity was by Bolello.
Early slide there by Staples. Ashheim finds Bolillo kind of creeping behind the slide there for a step down. Just shot it high. Sometimes you'll see that when you're playing against a really good goalie, right? You think you have to be perfect, and some of those shots just go wide.
And here's Langton now. He's got the short stick matchup, but a really good short stick in that as well. Slide comes his way. The short stick matchup he had was Max Murillo, the Providence-bound senior.
Yeah, tremendous rise by him. Coach was saying how he was kind of looking D3 and all of a sudden just had a crazy summer where on the ball defense he was just dominating people, and now he's going D1 to Providence.
At the start of last year was like the 8th midfielder. Feet across the crease. Whistle blew, and this was a push against the Wreckers, so the Friars will maintain possession. But yeah, Murillo was like the 8th midfielder. They're going to take on Deerfield in a scrimmage. And he's like, Coach goes, hey, you want to try out D-midi? He's like, yeah, whatever you need, Coach.
Every program, D1, D2, D3 are looking for guys that can play that D-midi role. So important now.
Here's Merrill. Merrill switches to his left, fires high, and Marcus makes the save.
Nice clean save there, controls the rebound. Good job by the defense of Staples to force Merrill to his left hand. He's dominant with both hands, but you'd much rather have him shoot lefty.
And this is a big part of Marcus's game as well, the clearing game, although as I say that, the ball's picked off by one of our impact players in McDonald.
Koshansky was saying that uncharacteristically against Darien, they really struggled clearing the ball. And when we had Del Barton, St. Anthony's did a great job on the ride, and they showed that deep ride again and got a turnover.
Now it's the second midfield unit as Coming out of the box, Alex Ruddy, along with Dylan Harrington and Charles Cachabato. Friars are deep, not as deep as they were last year, but they are deeper than Staples. As here's Breslin.
It's interesting to see him put the second midfield out right away. I think it has to do with, like, it's hot, right, for Long Island, right? It's definitely hotter than normal here.
Oh, from distance, the BTB by Langton.
Army commit going behind the back. I think he caught Marcus off guard there. High bouncer, ripping it behind his head. Good feed into the crease. Right, nice hard dodge here by Cachiabato. Langdon, whoop, behind the back. Depends on what kind of night it is, right? Sports Center, if we send that one in.
Cachiabato, good assist for him. And then the goal by Langton, his 13th of the season.
That's all produced off of the ride. They got an extra possession by riding it back and getting the ball and then deposited in the back of the net, initiated by the second midfield group.
That's Jacob Johnston. Talk about Sports Center goals. Scored an unbelievable one in Mineola against Chaminade.
You see, he's tied for the team lead in caused turnovers, and he's a short stick D-midi. Just ridiculous stats from him.
Feet to the crease, low shot. Marcus got down, denying Langton. His second save. And again, though, the ride by St. Anthony's, it will be Staples' ball, but you got to wonder, right? Like you said, they struggled to clear against Darien, and already they're struggling to clear here against St. Anthony's. Some of that become mental.
Yeah, that gets in your head, right? You can't give teams like St. Anthony's multiple opportunities. But he's 2 for 2 making saves on regular shots, right? Not ones that are behind the back. He was really locked in on that last one down low.
3 is Burmeister, the Notre Dame commit. Just saw Notre Dame take on Cornell on the island, and a last-second win for the Fighting Irish.
I was in attendance. That was some scene for Long Island lacrosse. It was just tremendous, the crowd and the talent on the field.
Here's Schaefer to X, where Udell will operate. Let's see what he does here. He has Schneider.
Yeah, he's comfortable with the ball in his stick, right? Point guard, looking to distribute.
Looking for cutters.
See the pole matchup. Bramoff is guarding Burmeister.
And now Udell carries as he's got Schneider on him. One of the more fun matchups today. Here's Hulke, the sophomore. He draws a short stick, cuts inside, switches to his left, fires in the cage and scores.
Tremendous roll back to his left hand. Staples has to win their matchups. Coach Kashansky said that's one of the keys to the game. You see their first real possession here. They're patient and get a matchup on a shorty, and a good shorty in Belillo. He goes hard, and watch him just plant his foot in the ground here and roll back and put this thing to the top corner, right? Little stop here, little stop, whoop. Right, Cole back to the left, no slide coming, boom.
Kind of use Schneider, too, as a screen as Justin Hulke gets the finish. Sophomore, goal number 4 on the season.
Yeah, Coach Kashansky loves his decision-making. That was a great decision there to pull it.
And this face-off win goes for the Wreckers. But it's a ground ball, and we've seen how good multiple pulls are for St. Anthony's when that ball's in the ground, but the Wreckers do come away.
That was a rare non-one-time scoop there by St. Anthony's. Gives, little momentum here if you can score another one.
Max Hill, the freshman D-midi, hands it off. And this gives Schaefer an opportunity. Colgate commit, the junior.
Excited to see him. Slick player, righty and lefty.
Here's Burmeister drawing McDonald. This could be a fun matchup. Burmeister, save by Ford. Udell picks it up.
Good defense, keeping him down the alley. Good save by Ford.
Here we go, another short stick matchup. Back to Udell. He's got Schneider on him. That's Michigan against Virginia. Schaefer. And that's Charlie Clark. And back up top for Staples.
Solid on-the-ball defense. St. Anthony's looks like they're going to be hesitant to slide. They seem very comfortable with their matchups.
Here's Burmeister getting downhill now. Lowers the shoulder. Good size on him, right? 2023 All-American. Attacking it from behind the cage is Udell. And the Wreckers have taken an early 2-1 lead.
We see him behind an X, right, looking to distribute. He says, not this time, I'm going to take it to the rack. Right, good patience by Staples. You know, goes to his right. Oh, a little hezzy. Nice move, right? Stick has eyes, gets top side. You see St. Anthony's is not sliding early on, so you take note of that, and you got to go hard to the cage, win your matchup.
Junior's 10th of the season. And already we've seen the change face-off-wise. And here comes Staples off another face-off win. Terrific trail check. And that was Bramoff.
Yeah, great hustle to get back in there, dislodge the ball. He's tied for the team lead in caused turnovers. We see why there. And there's Vidaro picking up a ground ball in his end.
And Bolello fires high. But we saw the switch already. Sometimes they kind of go half to half, but we saw Cisco Salado, the Gettysburg commit, the senior, the leader of leaders for this Staples team, take that last face-off.
I like how Coach Kashansky said he's going to leave it up to the guys who's going to take the first one. They're going to watch film and kind of figure it out together who perhaps is the best matchup.
Langton, another save by Marcus.
You see Marcus's anticipation. He's really good at reading stick and angles and playing good angles, and there's not much to shoot at when he's gobbling up the lower half of that net.
As we prepared for this game, I did wonder what a terrific pass and a finish. BTB on the pass. And the finish by Aschheim.
Right, that's that straw stirring that drink, a little fancy drink today, right with the behind the back. Tremendous feed to Aschheim. Aschheim, Bryant commit, prolific shooter. That's one of the easier ones he'll get with a backdoor cut off of a crafty, nice little assist there by Breslin.
Is that the one with like the umbrella in it?
Yeah, umbrella. It's got a bunch of fruit, maybe a pineapple wedge. That was tremendous. We've seen a BTB goal and a BTB assist for the Friars.
There's Johnson. We almost got a Fogo goal. He's part of a really talented sophomore crew, Robbie Johnson is. We mentioned Bramoff before. He's a sophomore. And it's pretty cool to see, too. They're getting opportunities.
Yeah, Coach Weisberg said he's top three or four face-off guys in that 26 class. Just loaded.
Ruddy tries to get top side off the screen.
Yeah, Ruddy's strong upside. Michigan commit.
Good job defensively on him, though, by Sam Petrosino. They work it from X. Back across. Patience by the Friars. Good look off the post.
Yeah, Breslin comes out of the gate, you know, dishing to his buddies, right? He's really a threat there. Got Staples hung up. You're gonna want to play Breslin's hands. Looks like he's really feeling it, feeding the ball.
It has been a gauntlet of a regular season schedule for St. Anthony's, which to this point has featured the #1 ranked team in the country twice. First, they opened with a win over Culver. What a feed and terrific finish. Just getting into that lane was Alex Ruddy. off of that assist, the second on the game by Breslin.
Just watch behind here. Like I said, you got to occupy his hands. It's too easy. Look at this pass back. The pass goes back to Breslin. He's allowed to just survey the field. Look, there's no contact. Feeding his hands are free. Easy cut. Staples very, very much trying to guard the ball and perhaps be a little, looking to slide, and they're losing their men and allowing for some backdoor cuts.
Ruddy, also a Michigan commit. And this face-off picked up by McDonald.
Yeah, UNC commit. Just watch him with this long pole.
And here's another one of those future Tar Heels. Gary Merrill. How cool is it that we've got two of the best quarterbacks on the field against each other? I mean, not directly against each other, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Connecticut versus New York.
Here's Merrill. Slide comes his way. Bolello feeds. Breslin off the mark.
St. Anthony's is giving you all types of different looks here on offense, pretty much getting any shot they want right now.
Oh, Marcus. What a save.
Yeah, robbed them there. Staples looks a little confused defensively right now. Definitely going to look to kind of shore up their matchups and their coverage.
Here comes Marcus. Soap, a legacy guy, as that clearing attempt off the mark.
When you deep ride like that, it kind of it really closes those windows, and Staples so far is having a little trouble there in the clearing game. But yeah, Marcus's dad was a two-time All-American high school lacrosse player at Lynbrook, goalie, two-time All-American in the mid-90s at Johns Hopkins. No wonder why he's so good and calm and poised in the cage.
One thing that we've seen from the St. Anthony's teams, you can't give them a lot of offensive opportunities, and they've had a lot in this opening quarter. Slide comes, but here's where you need to pressure. Breslin again, the feed! And the finish by Langton.
Tremendous offense. Breslin just dishing. Looking like John Stockton out there, just finding his open teammates. Bolillo here drives hard on the invert. They double, get it to X. Pretty simple here. Drives back the same way, looks opposite. Finish for Langdon.
And that's really smart by Breslin, right? Look, the slide comes, that means who's open, right? 42 behind the cage.
So, yeah, it's just great recognition, right? He's a righty there. Come back here. No one's playing your hands. Look to the back pipe. That's where your friends hang out and get another assist.
Moon tries to go forward, pushes it again. Langton scoops it, runs into the ref, and gets the GB. Wild sequence here in the closing seconds, so that'll go down as a face-off win for the Friars, who ended the quarter on a strong point. Breslin behind the cage.
See, look, the double's going to come on the opposite side here, so why go opposite if you could just go forward? Right, look back pipe. Nice and easy, good finish, tic-tac-toe. No goalie's getting that one.
Friars up by 2 at the break. You're watching it all right here in the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Well, once upon a time, Will Kashansky had a pole in his hand here at St. Anthony's, coached by Keith Weiserick. Now he comes back home. Does Kashansky, 6th year as the head coach, 5th season. COVID season obviously never happened, but said it was special, certainly, to come back home. And listen, I said to him, right, what's your favorite memory of St. Anthony's? I said, it must be a Chaminade win. He's like, of course it was.
Yeah, OT winner by
Janachuk. At Chaminade. Another feed, that shot high over the net by Riglietti.
Good hard dodge by Belillo. Found Riggs on the backside, just shot it a little bit high. Here's that deep ride.
We're seeing a lot of sharing of the ball today by St. Anthony's. I mean, you certainly take what the defense gives you, right? But, oh, look out. And there's the pickoff. And the goal. Riggs, as easy as you like. You could see Skolnick got caught up there.
I think maybe the sun or something caught him off guard where they lost that ball. He didn't see it. Another ride that results in a possession and now a goal for St. Anthony's. Riglietti dumping it into the empty net.
And listen, we're repeating it, but this was the issue against Darien, and this has directly resulted in at least 3 goals. Face-off win, a clean one for Darien, much needed as well by Anastasi.
Yeah, Staples had those 2 possessions in a row that ended in goals and pretty much have not seen the ball since. So it's nice to see them with their first midfield rolling them out now.
And you got to think, too, this is likely to be a patient offensive set. Even though you had the quarter break, these are guys who haven't touched the ball, it feels like, in a long time.
Definitely going to look to attack the shorties.
Feed to X, that's Udell.
Second time he's got
Schneider
hung up.
Yeah. Will Udell wrap the cage? Schneider kind of cheats a little bit towards that post. Udell does have the feed, and Ford makes the save.
Good stop.
Save by Ford.
Finally we're patient. They finally found a cutter open. Good catch. Good, got the shot off. Ford stood tall there, making a nice save.
Here's Dante Vidaro. Clearly utilizing what he's learned at Speed Island.
Yeah, he's a beast, right? We don't call his name that much because no one goes on him, right? Because he has that reputation. He's so good on the ball. UPenn, he's the pulse of that defense down there, according to Coach Weiserick.
And there's one of the leaders on the attack, Gary Merrill, and one of the 2 quarterbacks in this one, along with Caleb Smith. So actually, you know what? Maybe they will match up, right, today. But there you see the huddle for St. Anthony's. Friars, as we mentioned, coming off a 4-2 loss. Head coach 4-2 record, coming off a loss to Lawrenceville. Keith Weiserick, head coach, 25th season at the helm. He said, listen, I don't quite have that Bill Parcells coaching tree, but he does very complimentary. Both coaches were, obviously, but very complimentary of what Kashansky was as a player, but also as a coach.
The one thing he kept talking about was Kashansky's attention to detail and the fact that they were going to be well prepared, and it was kind of already chess matching. If the face-off X doesn't go well, Kashansky's going to do this and counter with this. So,
and where did Kashansky say he got that from?
Yeah, from Weiserick. Right? That's what you do. You just kind of model yourself after the coaches that you had. Kashansky had Coach Murphy at UPenn, so you kind of pick and choose from all the great coaches that you have, and you kind of mold yourself into what you are as a coach. Just like broadcasting, I'm learning from you and trying to mold myself.
I thought you were going to say you were learning from Clark every Saturday.
Yeah, those guys do a tremendous job. Look forward to watching those broadcasts.
So off the timeout, St. Anthony's ball, Bolello
So far, it's been a lot of the attack handling the ball, especially behind the cage. So let's see if they try to get. Here's a little wrinkle here by Kashansky, shutting off Merrill with a short stick. Oh, shutting off both shorties. I love it. Love this. Little defensive junk.
Well, again, that's his juice right there. That's his special sauce, the defensive side of the ball.
It shows how much trust he has in his poles, right? Every single, from the first short stick D-mid to their poles, are all seniors. And you have Marcus in there in the goal, so tremendous confidence.
And look at that. Aschheim feed across off the mark. So Staples will have the ball in a favorable location with an opportunity to clear, but again, St. Anthony's will not give him a free pass.
Yeah, step one complete, get a stop. Here's step two.
No, they lost that, step two.
Just love that. I love seeing coaches trying to find something that will work and trying to stop down this high-powered St. Anthony's offense. That's pretty much, picked them apart, feeding the ball so far.
Seeing that second midfield unit on, that's one thing that Weiserick mentioned, although Merrill's still on there, gets the ball. Feed, that's a terrific catch. That was a difficult one for Breslin. Riglietti unable to get it. Battled for this loose ball. And that was a hard slash. I'll actually call it a push.
So Merrill back cut the shut off there, which is, it's very hard to shut off an athlete like Merrill, who has the ability to kind of use speed and power and also has a tremendous stick.
So Riglietti, he'll get the short stick matchup.
See how quick they are to slide.
Rounds the cage, spins back.
He's in his office, Breslin, Dr. Breslin.
Yeah, with nobody on him again.
Yeah, fish in a barrel.
They both go. BTB by Merrill, saved by Marcus. His fifth of this first half. And that low shot wide.
That's what makes Breslin so dangerous. He's a feeder, but he's also a tremendous dodger, leads the team in goals. You see him go hard there and dip his stick and try to hit that crossbar.
16-4 unofficially right now, the shots for St. Anthony's. Here's Merrill. A little shimmy, a little shake, goes back to X. And Marcus, the pickoff. But now can he clear the ball?
A lot of football players out there. Nice interception by Marcus.
Oh, and McDonald has one up on him.
I was like Odell Beckham, one-handed.
Parker McDonald, low bouncer off the mark.
It's got to be frustrating for Staples on defense. Getting some stops, the stops you're getting are just not resulting in clears.
Time, Riglietti bounced off the freshman and got his second of this first half.
Quick restart, winning the whistle there. Riglietti notices that they're kind of changing and there's some numbers or at least some more area to dodge with less people in the 6-on-6. Bounces off him, buries the ball. Another failed clear turns into a Friar goal.
And this is what St. Anthony's does, right? We were 1-1, it was 2-1 Staples, and now you go on a run. And it's not like one of those Final Four runs where it's like crazy 16-2 runs. It's just methodically tearing down an opponent.
Yeah, it's like salt in the wound.
Face-off win for Staples, and they'll call a timeout. And again, they're just trying to get their offensive guys onto the field. We've got some great matchups, good games, big rivalry games as well. So coming up on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Farmingdale Southside. Listen, this power conference in Nassau County has been unforgiving.
Not an easy game out there, right? Farmingdale started a little bit slow, but they're picking it up. Southside was undefeated until a tough loss at Wantaw. You see Wantaw, Cold Spring Harbor coming up. The Woodstick girls
and boys. And doing both back to back.
Yeah, I think we're on that game, right? For all the marbles there. Port Washington, Syosset. And then, that rivalry, the Turnpike, Massapequa versus Farmingdale.
It's funny, around this time, Soap has obviously all these games on youtube.com/Varsity Media. Around this time, you start sort of seeing teams emerge a little bit, and you get a little bit of an idea of what things might look like. But you could say that in Nassau B, you could say that in C and D, but Nassau A, I mean, who knows?
I can't believe you look at the schedule. There's like 3 weeks left in the regular season. It's flying by, and I think there's still teams trying to find that identity of what they are. And I think that, with the Power Conference and some different matchups this year, you don't really get a true sense sometimes about how good some teams are because day in and day out they're playing some really, really tough competition.
So off the timeout, there's Burmeister on the ball. That prototypical, good-sized, downhill, dodging midfielder.
Yeah, Coach Kashansky said just watch for that rollback. If he's going left, he's looking to come back right with that hard, heavy shot.
And this is how much St. Anthony's thinks of Bramoff, right? He gets the Notre Dame commit.
Yeah, and he's going to challenge him out at the 45. No problem.
Those are all stick checks. And Bramoff will stay with Burmeister. Now he switches off. That's a shot. I don't know if Ford got a piece. I think he got hung up before that. Burmeister spins. Lefty! Much needed goal for Staples.
Looking like Dobson from Notre Dame. Downhill dodge there. You talk about rolling back to that right. He rolls to that left hand and unleashes a really hard shot to the low corner here. Good possession here by Staples. Good skip here over the top. Find the number 3, Burmeister with a BB.
Yeah, like you said, generally his move is the other way, right? Dodge left, roll back, shoot out of the roll to his right hand. Switched it up there, Burmeister did, and picked up his 7th goal of the year.
Just has that look. Just has that ACC body, the frame, the midfield look. Going to be a great one.
So that ends the St. Anthony's run at 5 goals as Moon gets the face-off win thanks to the wing play there by Bolello. Bolello off the mark.
He knows one speed, and that's downhill and fast, especially off the wing. He's looking to attack. He's at his best in those kind of even, slow break type of opportunities.
Now Merrill just plays catch with Bolello out at midfield. Always so interested in what the matchups look like.
Yeah, Kashansky really thought the matchups and communication and trying to make sure that they keep their matchup integrity was going to be super important.
Bolello off the McDonald screen. That's literally all McDonald was in for. He goes out as coming in on the other side of the midfield is Aschheim.
Yeah, a little, playing the sub game, right? Keeping some guys out there for Staples that might want to not play defense. Good job by St. Anthony's.
Breslin, nowhere to go. Good defense there by number 10, Caleb Smith. Bolello tries to get it back to his left. Really good D right now by the Wreckers.
Breslin just catches everything in there.
Oh, off the stick of Langton. That was a great cut to the cage. GB picked up by the Friars, but an illegal screen was set, so we'll go the other way.
So what's happening is that Staples is so quick to slide and recover, and a lot of times their recovery is these short sticks going to match up on some of these attackmen for Bramoff with the stick check.
Yeah, and Burmeister thought he had an open lane, but Bramoff came from that middle lane and said, not today. Attacking, goal line, extended, a terrific finish as well. That's number 242 in your scorebook. It's Luke Breslin.
So quick in transition, right? Turning a turnover into a goal. Bramoff does a good job getting the ball up. Real patient here, just a basic L break. Great dodge, slip underneath. Breslin cans it, showing both his ability to score and feed today.
He's got 1 and 3 already in this first half. Luke Breslin, 7-3, the lead for the Friars.
Just so frustrating. It looks like you have a step, looks like you have an advantage. You're about to score a goal, and it turns into a goal down at the other end.
This one kicked forward. And again, this you feel like it's edge Friars. Although there are some hockey guys out there for Staples, so they might like the ball on the ground. Still, no one gaining a possession out of a faceoff that's yet to be determined. St. Anthony's comes away. Vidaro.
I was going to say, I'm going to bet Vidaro comes out with it, but I didn't want to be wrong, and I should have had more confidence.
Jump ball goes to Langton. McDonald staying on. He's like, I'm going to screen the goalie here for you.
So you see a difference, right? The ball goes on the carpet for St. Anthony's, right, in the defensive end. They're scooping it up and clearing it and turning it into offense, and Staples has had trouble clearing the ball.
Good size on Langton. Manhasset native. He'll go and play at West Point. And now here's Ruddy. And Weiserick said, because of the gauntlet of a schedule we've played, it's been tough on these second midfielders, so we kind of thought he'd run them a lot more, and we've seen that so far in this first half.
He admitted to us in our first call against Del Barton that he runs that first midfield to death, and I think over time it's just you realize how important it is to get that second midfield as it gets hotter, more games in a compact schedule. And
a national schedule with that.
And as you gain confidence in those guys, right, it takes time to build up confidence, right, in a group, especially when your first group is so good.
Riglietti wide, but slashed the entire way there by Tristan Keefe. He's that fourth defender, usually just kind of in on man-down situations, but they've been defending a lot, Staples.
St. Anthony's has dominated possession, both at the face-off and their ability to ride the ball back.
Here's Breslin.
Shorty matchup. Look for an early slide here, and you got to be careful with his ability to feed the ball.
Breslin, jump shot. Marcus, another save.
Good shot. Breslin just kind of making it look easy right now.
Save number 6 of this first half for Marcus. Here's a feed. And again, I think Marcus got a touch on that Langton shot.
He's really good low. He's really good at his angles. He stays in there. He hangs in there tough. You got to make a good shot, especially in tight, to beat him.
And now if you're Staples, you need to get a clear. Good job by the Wreckers there, finding the short stick. And Staples will utilize a timeout.
Timeout, Staples.
Yeah, how about that for Marcus, right? The Staples hadn't won a state championship and put him in the net, and now you have 2.
And listen, when you win back-to-back state championships and you have the success that Staples has had, you've got guys playing on the next level. Let's take a look at some of those guys now for the Wreckers. And Henry Dodge, what a face-off magician he was for Staples, now doing his thing up at Vermont. See Pat Sequeira at Bucknell, Ryan Thompson at Richmond, Blake Runkle at Albany, and Gabe as well at Bryant. All seeing time, all younger guys as well.
Yeah, you see a nice group of schools there. Runkle, I saw him play. Albany played UMass, was up there. Big, strong kid. Staples is known for sending top talent into the Division 1, 2, and 3 ranks.
A year ago, the Wreckers were 17-5. They lost to St. Anthony's 16-4. But then they went on and they beat Darien 9-8 in the Class L semifinals. They beat Fairfield Prep 13-6 to win their second straight championship. The year before that, 19-3. They beat Ridgefield in overtime in the semis before beating Darien 12-3. Dodge was a big part of that. All those extra possessions in the state championship game to lead Staples to the championship. I almost said Darien because that's what you're used to a little bit in Connecticut, right? And Staples, they had to wait a while to win that state championship.
They've become the staple.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Connecticut lacrosse.
But also with that comes the bullseye, right? That Darien has certainly been used to for decades. And our first flag is thrown. This will be a hold against the Friars.
Yeah, Bramoff, doing what he does, right? He creates turnovers. He's looking to take the ball away. Got him with a hold there.
It's a great look, and we'll take a look at it here. Trying to get over the back, right?
Just look at the ground ball here, though. It's so slick, right? So,
Dad taught him that, right?
Yeah. So, that's his game, right? You guys like that, you kind of give them the green light.
And there you go, a man-up goal. It's Iannone.
Yeah, senior going to RIT, known as a right-handed shooter. St. Anthony's was locking off Burmeister behind the cage, right, creating a situation there.
And you give Udell the assist as well.
Yeah, so Johnston was shutting off Burmeister, so you would have a 6-on-5. Now becomes, a 5-on-4, and there's more space and there's more room. And good job, Udell, finding Iannone, who knows how to shoot the ball.
So a positive ending to this second quarter for Staples, but they got to finish it off as Robbie Johnson wins this faceoff. By the way, can you smell what's entered the booth here?
Listen, we've worked together a couple times this year, but there's been something missing, and the thing that's been missing is the Varsity Media food reviews, and when it's pizza.
Well, listen, this is not just pizza, all right? This is, let's show that. There we go. Mike's Underground from Amityville.
We've had it a couple times, and they keep bringing up these surprises and new wrinkles, right, to their menu. So I'm not quite sure what's lurking in those boxes, but I'm sure it's going to be tremendous.
Well, I think also Sal Logano, who's doing the PA here today, basketball coach here at St. Anthony's, he's ready to go as well.
It's like
he wants the review to be done, and he just jumps in.
It's like the cartoon when I don't even know what to say, the cloud of the smell, right?
It's the smell that's just getting you all
out of your nose, and you can't even function.
Well, we told you about the Staples next level guys, and this is next level of the next level of the next level for St. Anthony's.
Yeah, that's a Mount Rushmore of not just St. Anthony's, but college lacrosse right now. Brennan O'Neill, McAdory, Naso, huge win against Virginia this past weekend. Owen Duffy only averaging like 4.5 points a game as a true freshman in the ACC. And Michael Leo is that kind of energy guy for Syracuse, always looking to score not just a goal, but usually it has some flair to it like we saw today with Langdon's behind the back.
Yeah, part of a really strong Long Island attacking unit, right? For Syracuse, of course, led by Joey Spallina.
They're fun to watch. It's like the ball movement's just crazy how fast the ball spins.
From X, that shot deflected off a stick by Breslin.
So Krashansky's bringing out that lock the two shorties. Let's trust our poles here. Smart job by Merrill here. He's going to go pick it up. And smart job by Staples leaving the pole there. So definitely two well-coached teams.
This is the junior Shane Sandrew as that pass went across. Picked up, good fake, huge hard contact.
Backspin.
And I think that was Wrigley Eddy who just got hammered.
I mean, St. Anthony's has 7. They could easily have 12 or 13 if it wasn't for Marcus making these in-tight saves for Staples.
So Riglietti will come off. He'll get looked at. 34 seconds left. And this feels like a really important 34 seconds for Staples.
It starts with a clear.
Well, that's the guy you wanted in the stick of, right? Burmeister. And now let's see what they can draw up here for the final 20. Backing up is Schaefer. Bolello, the short stick, Schaefer.
He's a natural righty, but plays more in his left hand, which makes him a difficult cover.
Udell on Schneider. Turns, low shot, wide.
Good job there. We're getting to the above GLE.
Final seconds. Another shot off the mark by Schaefer, and that's how the first half ends. So listen, credit to Staples. They've hung in. They've absorbed the punch. They've given up 25 shots to St. Anthony's, and they're only down by 3.
Goalie Marcus has been huge for them. They seem to kind of stabilize. That shutting off the shorties has worked. But here you go, Bradloff after a turnover. Right, L break here. Look at the underneath there. Finish, easy. Not easy to beat that goalie. One of the 7 for St. Anthony's.
Breslin's eating in the first half. We're eating at halftime. Next, right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
Dante does it again! Defensive play. Dante Zadaro. Killico!
Power move by Yeso steps up and scores.
A jump shot for Nell.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life? And now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level. When it comes to advertising, are you hitting the right audience? Why waste your time with television or a free print publication that's given out at a local deli? Varsity Media has your back. With a following of over 50,000 and a local demographic ranging between the ages of 18 and 54 years old, it's time to get that return on investment. Plus, here's the best part. Your ad lives forever on our YouTube page. And with a large on-demand audience, it's a grand slam to advertise with Varsity Media.
Welcome back to Cy Donnelly Field. It's halftime here, and St. Anthony's with a 7-4 lead. But lacrosse right now is secondary. That's because Mike's Underground is in the house. And listen, these are not just regular lacrosse teams, just as Mike's is no ordinary pizza.
Look at the boxes. The boxes are pieces of art. And when you open up the box, you're about to see the Picasso of pizza on Long Island. Mike's Underground, has built this reputation of just specialty pies, and I just can't wait.
Yeah, so you see it there, Mike's of Amityville.com. Mike's Underground Pizza LI, and Mike's Pizza Original. Listen, the story, we've detailed it a lot, but it's really unique, right? They come like they're like holding the Stanley Cup as well when they deliver it to you. You've got to go to certain locations. You've got a text. It's like all the very secret society.
Like the speakeasies, the speakeasy of pizza. Right?
But then when you get it, yeah, no joke. Let's pop the tops here as we show you. Gonna pop that one there.
Oh, baby.
So on your side, we've got
little margarita.
This is a little grandma vodka.
Oh, I might have to double fist here.
And this is Detroit fondue, which, by the way, the Detroit fondue, I feel like it's about 35 pounds, this box.
Yeah, it looks
That's no
it's
joke.
half the size of the other ones, but double the weight.
All right, I'm going to take a little corner slice here.
Yeah, I might leave that open. I'm going to have to put a little bit of both.
All right, ready? Make sure you pick the mic up.
Oh,
We
yeah,
can't
we
afford
don't
any
want
more
that.
microphones. Yeah. All right, ready? So it's like, you know what you're going to expect, but then you're still surprised at the quality. Like,
Yeah, and
oh
it's,
my goodness.
And it's like, you know, it's probably traveled a few miles to get here.
Sure.
And it's still hot. It still tastes good. The flavors are amazing. And I have to, you seem so excited over there about the vodka slice.
right?
Whoa.
Right?
It's a different level.
Incredible.
It's a different level, right? So to me, sauce makes the pizza. And when you have the margarita with the rich sauce here, you got the vodka sauce here.
And listen, Mike's doesn't just make great pizza. They've got an awesome thing going on right now. We'll show you that graphic as well. And you see it here. Look, part of a really important fundraising event. For every pizza sold, $5 will be donated to the family of Officer Diller, of course, the Massapequa Park native who unfortunately lost his life in Far Rockaway. So Beyond the Badge New York project, thank a Cop and Silver Shield Foundation. Listen, when you make this kind of pizza and then you give back to the community like that, I mean, how can you not want to spend your money with Mike's?
Everybody get out there tomorrow. Go to Mike's. Go to your local pizza place. Support what they're doing. Just the ingredients, the freshness, right? The flavor, right? It's just
Look at that. That's the Detroit fondue.
We might.
You got some gorgonzola on there. You got
I gotta dive in. I think.
bacon and tomato.
All right,
Oh man,
all right,
he's going for
all
three,
right,
folks.
All right.
So might be sleeping in the second half. Food coma.
Wow, fondue for the win. On my hands, this is crazy. Right, I went for the hat trick. But just awesome stuff.
Yeah, Mike's on the ground. So appreciative of what you do for us here, and as well as what you're doing to support the Blue as well.
What's the famous line with Hungy?
I didn't want to take it. I didn't want to steal it from him, but his was it passes the test.
Yeah, this definitely passes the test. And remember, get out there tomorrow, support the Blue, go to Mike's, right, and order 10 pies.
I've taken one bite. Soap's taken 3.
Tell them Dylan and Soap sent you. Yeah, I'll finish those later.
We'll take a break here. So halftime stats when we return on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
Dante does it again! Defensive play. Dante Zadaro. Killico ties it up.
Move by Diego steps up and score.
And a jump shot for Nell.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life? And now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level.
Back here at Slide Donnelly Field, second half about to begin. Let's take a quick look at the first half stats, and you can see the shot differential, man. 25-9 for St. Anthony's. But the saves, those are the other way. It's Marcus with the 8, but listen, you're getting high volume shooting, but Marcus is making saves, and obviously not everything is on target.
So 25 shots, right? That comes from a lot of failed clears by Staples.
Opening faceoff goes to Moon. And we are over the moon with Mike's Underground, that is for sure.
Yeah, it's hard. I got to get focused. I got to get locked in. I got to get focused. Got some sauce on my hands still.
As long as it's not on the mic, we're good.
Pizza and lacrosse, two of my favorites.
Especially when it's as good as we have here and as we have on the field. Here's Merrill. Just blows by his guy, Merrill. Back to X. And that's where Breslin has operated. 3 assists in that first half.
Yeah, good patience here by St. Anthony's. You know, the attack has dominated a lot of the points in the first half. Look for that midfield to try to get some of theirs here in the start of the second quarter.
Yeah, Langton with 2, Riglietti with 2, Breslin with 1 and 3. So that's 5 of your 7 goals.
St. Anthony's had a lot of success feeding from behind, finding cutters.
And here's Merrill drawing Nate Murillo. He's just a freshman, by the way, 77.
Yeah, how do you like that? Hey, freshman, go guard the kid going to North Carolina next 2 years.
And I think in a couple years' time, Murillo's going to have some high-level college on him. Oh, what a rollback. Bouncer. Off the mark by Breslin.
So St. Anthony's has found themselves getting a lot of short stick matchups. That comes from Staples' quick slide and recovery. And that's why Coach Kashansky talked about, you know, communication and, you know, working together as a unit, because it's a 6-headed monster out there for St. Anthony's. All guys are threats to score.
Breslin to Merrill. And again, he's not even going full speed, Merrill. He's like in, second gear as he fired that one wide.
Good job there, right? Keep the alleys, right? Marcus plays such good position that it's going to be tough to beat him, you know, in a sharp angle like that. Good job by the freshman pole.
Bilello off the screen. Bilello, by the way, from Amityville, so you wonder how much he gets mics. And he gets a nice feed and the backhanded finish by Breslin.
Little Thompson-esque here with the finish. Great job climbing up the hash mark here, keeping his feet moving. See a little rub pick there. Bilello gets smashed on a shorty, finds Breslin. Breslin comes up, just a tremendous shot. Great lacrosse IQ there, increasing his angle with that backhand finish.
How about Breslin, one of our impact players for St. Anthony's, 2 and 3 on the game so far.
Great pick, Dill.
Wings on the faceoff. And Johnston comes away. I have to apologize to Jacob on his incredible goal against Shaman. I said Johnson, not to Get the name wrong. Give some respect to 77.
Yeah, he just completely glides up the field. Pretty nice grandpa's Jack Emmer.
Yeah.
One of the absolute legends of coaching, longtime coach at West Point. Lacrosse is just in his blood.
And the Friars sensing blood in the water. But Marcus, the denial.
Marcus is standing tall in there. A little miscommunication. The last guy you want to see on the doorstep is Breslin, and good stop by Marcus.
And again, a failed clear. And a little hezzy, waiting for now his boys to come back on the field.
Yeah, no reason to force anything. St. Anthony's has done a really good job getting whatever type of shots they want in the 6-on-6.
There's Langton. The head coaching position now at Army is named after Emmer, and there's a little question mark. Dodge, and another save by Marcus.
Racking them up, right, getting into double digits. There's nothing more demoralizing when you're failing clears, and there's nothing more uplifting for momentum when you keep stopping them in the ride.
You almost wonder, like, if you would have had Burmeister, like, here's a part here. It gets a double-edged sword, right? If you have Burmeister now as a D-midi, they're going to run him to death, right? Now he's uber athletic,
yeah,
but that's maybe the guy who can maybe punt return dodge for you.
It's really hard because, you know, if you sub, then it gives you less guys, you know, in the clearing game. It's just really difficult, especially when they go deep there. It really shrinks the passing lanes.
There's Udell up top. Schaefer surveys the situation, backs it up. Has Harrington, and that's a shot from distance. That's off the mark.
Good job there, bouncing out, getting his hands free, re-attacking, kind of a re-dodge there. Just lifted it high.
There's Charlie Clark, a sophomore for the Wreckers. Drawing Vidaro. Ball on the carpet, picked up by Burmeister. Good move by Burmeister. Continues to go Burmeister, and a great trail check by Bramoff.
Yeah, Shanahan also there with the slide. Sacred Heart commit. Good at lacrosse IQ. He showed it there.
Udell, save by Ford.
Save by Ford.
That's a big save. Ford hasn't been super busy, but it's important to stay ready, and he stayed ready there with a good stop.
Listen, you're a former goalie, right? So, like, you know, right? Like, I don't know if you want to face 25 shots in the first half like Marcus has, but you want to be busy. An overhand shot, and the goal. Wreckers getting back. And credit to number 33 there, Justin Halke, his second.
Great job. He's an initiator, right? Coach Kashansky knew that he was a guy who had to step up today because he was going to get the short sticks. Nice little slick finish here, taking on a really good D-midi. And Valerio going to Adelphi. Little S-dodge here, comes back to his right hand, sneaks it into the low corner. Tremendous finish.
Yeah, he's a guy, he's just a sophomore. He's still a puppy, so Kashansky said in a couple of years he's going to be one of those guys, right? The guy, one of the guys leading our offense. But you know what? He's leading them in scoring right now, and as a penalty against the Friars.
Just a smart finish, right? That finish by Halke looks easy, but it's not, right? Where he put that ball into that lower corner.
Max Murillo, stick check from behind. And Vidaro.
It's like a magnet.
Vidaro looked like the older brother just holding the ball up so the other guys can't get up and get it.
You can't get it.
So Staples, their second man-up opportunity, and they're 1 for 1 as you see the penalty here.
Yeah, little hit here, a little high coming up there, a little high hit. Last time they shut off Burmeister, led to a 5-on-4 goal for Staples. Let's see if they go with the same type of man-down defense. Looks like it. You got Johnston kind of looking Burmeister's way, and Burmeister going and parking himself on the end line.
All those chess matches, right, between coach and pupil. Look out, Udell from behind. Johnston was on you. And he's locking off Burmeister, like you said, behind the cage. The one more, here it comes.
Yeah, so on man down, usually teams will say, you know what, we trust our guys, we'll leave the guy at the end. If this was 6-on-6 and we shut him off, you might see him set picks or do things like that, but you're not seeing that in the man-up situation. Staples is fine. They're 5 versus 4 St. Anthony's.
Feed in front. And I like what St. Anthony was doing there as well, right? You had Vidaro out on hands, and here he is, Dante. The ground ball, and we come the other way.
You saw Abramoff just looking behind him. If anyone was coming, no one was coming. He was setting up that shovel pass the whole time. Easy decision when you got UPenn Vidaro on the other end of it.
So we're even now. That's Luke Aschheim. Just a prolific shooter for the Friars. Here's Merrill. Little scoop. And Bolello fires it wide and low.
So fast, so quick, attacking that alley.
Langton on the restart.
Good slip there.
Oh.
You just saw it. You just saw it happening. A little great timing play. Breslin timing is so important. It's such an underrated skill. Not everyone has it. You see him here in the crease. Right, feeds here. Riggs gets the ball. Perfectly timed cut by Breslin. Cans it.
The alley-oop there that Riggs threw up there, right?
Yeah, Iona, all right, to Lehigh.
Breslin now 3-3 on the game. 9-5 the lead for the Friars.
Breslin's just so tough. He's got great size. He's two-handed. He can play on and off the ball. Just an all-around great attackman.
That's the one thing that Kashansky said. He said, listen, he was speaking as an alum. He said last year, watching what St. Anthony's did with all those monsters they had, right? What do we say, 18 Division I guys graduated from this program? So he said it was fun to watch, as that was a bouncer by Bolello. Why? But possession stays with St. Anthony's. And they might not have the same depth, but still, their 6, he said, are so hard to defend.
And as time goes on, as the season progresses, they're going to get better and better as they develop more and more chemistry.
And here's Merrill. It just feels, Soap, like if Merrill wants to, he's just beating his man.
And it's just the idea is that they just know that they can get that.
And there's what they've been getting. It feels like all game long, right? Feed from X, Langton to finish, his third of the game, and the Friars are rolling.
Another assist for Breslin. You know, it's just sitting here picking them apart, right? Who's gonna pop open?
Watch 29 come as your picture.
Anthony's goal, scoring 29.
No look, easy, nice finish.
So Langton's third, Breslin's fourth assist. He's now got 3 and 4 of St. Anthony's 10. Robbie Johnson. Johnson saved by Marcus.
Great save, high bouncer, controls the rebound. Here comes part 2, let's clear it. St. Anthony's doing a good job locating those short sticks.
And that's a great location from Marcus. And now the Wreckers will get going. But that was a terrific pass. Went down and found Salato, actually, the faceoff guy.
So as a goalie, you make a save, the place you want to clear, right, everyone, you want to clear the ball away from the box area. As St. Anthony's is getting their poles and defensive middies on, usually you'll have someone opposite the box.
That was Avery Mueller Back out now for Burmeister. Burmeister fires it left-handed. Ford the save, unable to corral the rebound. And it stays with the Wreckers.
Good save by Ford. Burmeister might want to try next time to pull that to the far pipe, put it stick side there, left-handed. It's a pretty easy stop for a goalie.
Well, Burmeister heard you, and he put it behind Ford.
Yeah, just a good hard dodge. Sometimes it shows you that it's not every shot has to be 90 miles an hour to go in. Good attack here. Against Bramoff, right, his left hand, he's going to get top side. There's that roll, gets top side, runs through the stick check. Kind of a no-look shot, beats Ford.
Love the change of angles there as well, right? Change the plane for Burmeister.
Yeah, there's no way that Ford even saw his hands, right? He had his hands behind, also shooting through a screen. Good lacrosse IQ to get it on net, make the goalie make a save.
Kashansky said Moon last year just absolutely killed him. Another face-off win for him, but
it's only 10-6. It feels like a runaway, but it's one more goal and you got a 3-goal game.
And listen, credit to the Wreckers, man.
Good job again, clearing opposite the box, finding the open people. The times when they got in trouble was when they were trying to go up the middle.
Here's Schaefer. Back out to Burmeister. Burmeister has 2. Hulke's got 2. Udell and Iannone with a goal apiece.
See McDonald out there now guarding Burmeister, UNC, Notre Dame.
Hulke, look out. Lost the ball. And here come the Friars. Johnston, the pass and the goal.
Just a headsy play. Johnston is just dynamic in the open field. He glides up the field. Real smart look here. Right, they're going to slide up from the low corner. Why hit the point when you can hit Riggs there? Future Gale buries it. Just makes plays in the middle of the field. It's only a sophomore. I'm telling every Division I guy I know, they ask me, who'd you like in the St. Anthony's game? I'm like 77 Johnston.
I thought you were just going to say the sophomore or everybody.
Everyone, but that kid, to me, what he can do, and you'll see in the next few years, he's going to be an offensive midi as well.
And that's the thing about these guys is Moon just harassed. Gets the face-off, gets it to Bolello. Listen, you've got to earn your time. It's not easy to step on the field as a sophomore, but there's some special ones here for the Friars.
We've heard that a few times this year, even from Coach Kashansky, where he's like, I need to get this kid on the field, and the best opportunity right now is going to be as a defensive midi role because you can both clear it.
Merrill stings it under the crossbar.
UNC on UNC there, future Tar Heels. Going to get used to that high heat from Merrill. He just kind of slithers around here, right? Goes left, he's going to get underneath there, little dips his shoulder like he's a running back with the football and just buries the ball in the top corner. Shoots with tremendous velocity and hides the ball so well.
Goal number 12 on the season for one of the top-ranked juniors in the country.
Just such a wide range of moves by him. You saw him go lefty, now he ducks it under with his shoulder.
Bolello unable to scoop.
And what it comes down to is that if you want to be a Division I midfielder, you have to be able to shoot the rock. And he can shoot the rock, and he can score from 12-13.
And Udell puts it right into Ford's stick as the third quarter comes to an end. So multiple Friars getting involved, but there's that guy again. Gary Merrill.
Gary the GOAT. 3 guys, no problem. Kind of looks like he's veering away, but all he's doing is just winding up with that corkscrew delivery.
Friars by 6 after 3 right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's premier high school sports network. Did you just have the best athletic year of your life? And now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level. Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
Back here at St. Anthony's, Dylan Butler, Brian Soper, our entire Varsity Media crew here, fourth quarter, about to begin, but not before. We bring you the Speed Island Speedy play of the game. Improve your speed with Onyx Salva and team. Located in Garden City, visit speedislandny.com to book your session today. Soap, we've had a few options here today for the Speed Island Speedy play of the game, and this one takes the cake.
Yeah, 77 Johnston, right? That's like a NASCAR number on the car, right? Finds rigs, buries it, speed kills, one end to the other, just end-to-end action for St. Anthony's. Tremendous Speed Island play of the game.
And there were a few options there. And maybe this is another one, right? Bolello! Wow!
He's like, what about me? What about me, Speed Island? Maybe you guys jumped the gun there a little bit, but, I mean, he's speed all day. He's all gas, no brakes. Bolillo, best in transition.
Nate Murillo, just before that, looked like he had him locked up, right? Spun out of the long pole, saw nothing but daylight, and Bolello buried it.
Yeah, he's like Speedy Gonzalez mixed with the Tasmanian Devil.
I think he smelled some of that Mike's Underground, so he's like, where is that?
Yeah, we're definitely not the Speed Island play of the game. We can barely move after all that pizza.
Listen, I had a slice.
Yeah.
You dipped your paws into 3.
It was a long day. Long day in Oyster Bay.
So delayed penalty against Staples, their first of the game. Friars playing catch here, 13-6. Bolello again gets downhill. Bolello, oh man.
Yeah, he dipped that shoulder and unleashed a rocket off the crossbar.
So the Friars' first man-up opportunity of this game. See the call at the table. Oh, it's getting locked in.
Yeah, reading his lips that it was up high.
Head contact.
Pick your poison here with the St. Anthony's man up.
Yeah, for the Friars, Breslin and Riglietti and Langton with 3 apiece.
They start here at a 1-4. They're probably going to cut out of it and replace it with a different set.
Nice pick off.
Yeah, 42 picked it off from 42.
Yeah, 42, Sam Petrosino. All-state football safety.
There you go. Right pick off. He's used to that. Going to play football at Trinity.
Oh, Ford says no pole goals today, denying Nate Murillo. Great stick check from behind as well as Fedaro lost it. And a timeout by the Wreckers.
Timeout, Staples.
Their schedule. Listen, as we take a look at this replay.
Yeah, double team here since they're man down. Great look. Oh, one-on-one, boom. Right, great save, top hand, driving it over the top. Great save by Ford.
What you love here by Staples, and we'll take a look at their upcoming schedule here. They're playing like the best of the best, right? You've got the best team in New Hampshire. They're going on the road trip. You have your usuals there as well, right? New Canaan and Wilton. And then St. John's Prep. That's your 3-time defending Massachusetts state champions. And that's just the end of their upcoming schedule. It includes at Richfield, a team that we know well, right? With Kyle Colsley doing his thing. And they end the season with regular season, with the number 1 ranked team in the country, Brunswick School.
Crazy, right? Just not afraid to challenge the top talent. Amazing your knowledge of all these teams and how good they are. But, Coach Kashansky just mentioned how if you're going to prepare kids for the next level, you got to play the best to be the best, right? Iron sharpens iron, and, you just saw there. They got a timeout. Their kids aren't quitting, and they're going to play to the final whistle.
And you wonder, listen, they're in lacrosse season, obviously, but there are a bunch of some guys on this team who are like those football guys who are their secondary sport is lacrosse. They had, and the football team, by the way, won the state championship in the fall. 22 of the 38 players on this roster, part of that team.
Rarely will we put together a scout and put names up there and see so many guys committed to play football in college, right? 2 of those best defenders for Staples. How about that double team? You have McDonald and Bramoff on the ball.
And we mentioned, right, Max Murillo and going to Providence, but how about this? It's the state championship game, right? They're up by 1. The opponent goes for 2. It's Murillo at the pylon making the game-winning tackle, the state championship-winning tackle.
Just think your entire life, that memory that you have, with your boys playing football, playing lacrosse, and being able to make a big-time play like that. Not shocking that he'd be playing D-Midi.
Yeah. Nice pass and great finish. Riggs.
Another assist for Breslin. Riggs is really good at shooting. He looks off and kind of, looks one way and shoots it back the other way. That is ultra tough for a goalie to save, especially in a one-on-one setting. See a little look off. Nice and easy. Look away. Dips his head. Finishes. Gets Marcus kind of moving a bit to his right. Finishes back to his left. Just a skilled finisher in Riglietti.
You mentioned how the attack line is eating today, right, in a big way. You've got 13 goals and 6 assists among those 3 players.
And that comes from the midfield, right? You may not see it, but the turnover down there with McDonald, another one here, and Bramoff, right, creating possessions, and the attack are the guys who are able to kind of feast off of that work that's done by a lot of the midfielders and kind of that grunt type of work that's done in the middle of the field and the defensive end and the face-off ends.
By the way, I've never been good at math. It's 10 goals scored among the 3 guys, not the 13 that I gave them credit to, because you got to give 1 to Bolello, 1 to Merrill, 1 to Aschheim, 1 to Ruddy.
Still 8 minutes left. Can edit it.
And when you have such a balance there, right, on attack, you know these guys are bouncing out there right now.
Yeah, they're just, it's just surgery out there. It's surgical precision by St. Anthony's, knowing exactly what they want.
And you heard Weiserick say it after the Del Barton game. Thought it was a good response, right, from the loss to Malvern Prep. That was knocked down in front. Harrigan got the rebound, but you got to imagine he's got to like this one as well off their second loss to Lawrenceville.
I think what you like is their kind of combination of playing really strong 6-on-6 offense, as well as their ability to capitalize in transition and play fast and control the tempo when they want.
That's a good feed in front, and ball on the carpet. Marcus picks it up. This time he'll go quick, and he finds Murillo.
So if you looked at one of those
Murillo, there you go.
little coast-to-coast action. Max Murillo, physical, again, going to Providence. Providence loves those hard-nosed defenders, D-middies.
Can we talk about his recruiting process for a minute? Because it was nuts. Like you referenced it early in the broadcast, but kind of thought going into his junior year that, you know what, going into his senior year, he'll be a D3 guy, goes in the circuit, and it's all about, like, you never know who's in front of you, right? But this is a perfect storm for him, right?
I think that's the biggest lesson. You never know who's watching. So many stories of college coaches going to watch another guy, and then another guy pops off the screen. Just tremendous job by him, right? When it was time to shine, he did and got noticed, and now he'll be a Division I lacrosse player.
So he was lights out. Providence noticed him. Then Providence sees him again, and he's still killing it. Had an unbelievable summer as Merrill tries to climb the ladder, went high to high, and Marcus is going to save that one.
They'll be watching in the dorm, right? The first shot goal by Merrill, and then Marcus evens up the score there, future Tar Heels.
That's Jake McGeehan, 17, passing the ball off. McGeehan, a sophomore D-midi. He might be Murillo's ultimate replacement when Max graduates. Max Hill, he's also seeing time as a D-midi for the Wreckers, but he'll be more of that offensive midi just right now as a freshman, seeing some time on the defensive side of things. But Jake McGeehan, the sophomore, likely to be that number one D-midi.
Yeah, Hill has tremendous speed. Coach Krzyzewski says he's just an absolute blazer.
And here's Fleming as well, a guy just coming off injury. He would have been, at least he was projected in the winter to be the starting attack or be a starting attackman. Got banged up, just now getting back in. Saw some time against Darien and now seeing some time against the Friars.
Will only continue to improve. It's good, it's getting a nice addition there to the lineup, right, for the Wreckers, getting Fleming back.
And don't forget, too, they're missing a first-line midi in Cam Pryor.
Yeah, go to Bucknell. He's injured. That would definitely bolster the offense, right, for a team that so far this year, if you say that there's a weakness, it's scoring goals.
And that was one of Kashansky's keys coming in. Win these individual matchups as a late flag comes out against St. Anthony's. Here's Udell, inside roll. Ball's loose, picked up. Thought St. Anthony's got a touch on it. At least they thought they had possessed it. They will now, and there's the whistle.
Great save there by Ford. Udell is tremendously slick getting to his spots against some really good defenders.
So third man up opportunity for the Wreckers. They're 1 for 2.
Yeah, Valero just got to stick up high. D-mid going to a Delphi football kid. Coach Weiserick says how loved he is, but loved by his teammates. Super hard worker. Let's see if they continue in their recipe. Their plan was to shut Burmeister, and they're continuing to do it even here late in the fourth quarter.
Here's Iannone. Gets it back from Udell. Step down shot. Ford was on it, but it was wide. Attempt by Schaefer.
How about those polls out there? You have UPenn, Virginia, UNC, and Bremoff's pretty much going to have his pick of anywhere he wants to go.
Burmeister. Udell! A little swim. And then the finish as well.
That kid's slick, right? You can see the point guard in him, the ability to kind of protect his stick and get to the areas that he wants. Crafty little finish there. if you shut guys off, there's more room. There's more room here.
Look at Udell ready, right? Stick up.
A little heavy swim there. Look, that's a slick. That's just a crazy release point there. No one's getting that.
Goal number 2 on the game for the junior. Bound for Michigan. And another super sophomore. Johnston wins it, gets it to McDonald's. McDonald harassed. Tries to get it to Merrill. Merrill unable to get a touch. And we'll go the other way.
Good job by the freshman there, Nate Murillo, right, harassing McDonald. Rare turnover for the Friars today.
Burmeister against McDonald.
Let's see if Staples just picks up the tempo here. Down 6, you know, you never know, but you got to score quick and fast and often.
And this is why we love this level of lacrosse, right? Like, we're a big fan. We watch ACC Network, we watch ESPN Plus, we watch the Big Ten Network. Well, these are where the guys hone their craft, as that's a low shot by Schaefer.
And all of these moments prepare you for future games and your future career. How do you play when you're up? How do you play when you're down?
Shot under harassment there was Iannone. Udell with the backup, and here he goes. Lost it to Vadaro.
I like how Kashansky called him an opportunistic dodger.
And you know what? That's a great ride back as well, right? Lost it, kept fighting, won it back, got it to Iannone.
So Iannone, right, he started that dodge, you know. Nice check there by Vadaro.
But watch Udell just continue to fight, right?
So many people think that once the goalie tries to clamp it, that it's his, right? You were allowed to go under his stick. He's not, doesn't have it in the crease. Good find by the point guard. Eyes always up. RIT, Iannone, finisher, doing what he does best.
Iannone, his second. You got Udell, Iannone, Burmeister, and Hulke with 2 apiece. And there's a face-off win for the Wreckers, and they will call timeout. We showed you Staples' schedule earlier. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for St. Anthony's. And listen, it's always going to be really difficult, and this is no disrespect to the teams that are coming up, but you faced like top 5 teams in the midweek, and then on the weekend you've played Chaminade. Like, not that you're resting here, right? But there's a little bit of a light at the end of that tunnel.
Yeah, but then staring at 420, you see Darien, right? The Blue Wave, you know, put 20 goals on Manhasset. We know how good they are, right? They just beat Shoreham Wading River. But, you know, Stepanak, Kellenberg, Fordham Prep, Haverford, and then 5-7, the grand finale there. Second time meeting the Flyers from Chaminade.
7 straight wins for St. Anthony's against Chaminade. And if it's 8 straight wins, that's it this season. You're not going to play a third game. The Friars are your state champions again.
So on the JV level, my father-in-law is the coach Pomponio. He's trying to push for the same thing for the JV. Chaminade got the first one for the JV, and if they play again, but who knows if it's same rules apply.
Soap, I'm a big hockey fan. Play a best of 7. Let's go.
Okay, yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, why? Don't deny us all the fun.
Yes. And it's tough. You know, St. Anthony's and Chaminade, like, you're playing a national schedule now, right? You don't have a shot clock in New York, so some of those teams from Maryland and other areas, they don't want to play you here. You got to meet halfway, like a club lacrosse play date, you know, going to Drexel or going to Rutgers, and it's difficult when you're trying to manufacture a schedule.
And you're still in high school. You still have Regents and AP exams.
Oh, yeah, those things too. You're right.
Yeah.
You know, you're not a PG school, and you can't play PG schools. So that takes away, like, Taft and Deerfield from your schedule. So not easy.
But it's always that rivalry at the end, right? Coach Kashansky said it. His #1 memory was the Chaminade game.
Yeah, they lost in the championship that year, but he didn't. He's like, listen, I was on the defensive end. Janachuk scores the overtime winner. I remember vividly just running from the defensive end to join my boys on the celebration as Udell rounded the cage. Ford got a piece, I think.
He's fearless. Udell is fearless, right? Not the biggest kid, only a junior, but he's not afraid to go in there into the tough areas.
Terrific defensive effort, this by Schneider, and now he gets on a break.
Great double team. Schneider going to Virginia, basketball player. Two sports correlate each other, especially on the defensive end, a well-timed double team.
And now St. Anthony's, you mentioned before, no shot clock yet. That's coming next year. And not that they're like a team to slow it down, but you've got the opportunity now to kind of push the ball around, knock it around as you approach the 2-minute mark here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you see 45 out there, Gio Massaro for St. Anthony's now, junior. Good at finding seams, good shooter. I have a feeling St. Anthony's going to try to maybe hold this thing for the rest of the game.
Here's Bolello. It's one of those games too, right? Like, again, I'm a hockey guy, right? You watch a post game, it's like 3 stars of the game. Good luck picking them for the Friars today. I mean, you can go straight attack line, but Ford's made some really good save. Moon's been terrific, and then the Poles as well have done a good job.
Coach Wadrick's going to be very happy. I think this is a full game played. All facets of the game were well oiled today.
And nobody playing star ball, right? Like it was all within the offense, as now the stall warning is on for the Friars.
I'd have to think that of the 14 goals, majority of them were all assisted goals today, and even hockey assists that set them up.
And that was an easy one for 51. Bolello gets his second. Marcus had to come out of the cage as an extra defender. And then Bolello.
Yeah, good, this is the end of the game, right? It doesn't matter if you lose by 5 or 6 or 7, right? The fact is he splits the double team here and says, you know what? I earned it. I split a double. I'm going to go finish it.
So it's really interesting in the state of Connecticut this year. Darien is kind of on a revenge tour, right? They lost to Manhasset last year on the road. They win the Battle of the Sound. Then they beat Staples, the team that beat them, that ended their season the last couple of years. Ridgefield's got Colsey, who is arguably the best player in Connecticut. Then again, Brady Picorni might have an argument at Darien, and Fairfield Prep is excellent as well, as there's a whistle. So really hard to project kind of who comes out of that log jam.
Yeah, so much talent. Club lacrosse in Connecticut as well as just tremendously getting more and more balanced, and it just shows with the amount of quality players coming out of the Connecticut area going to top Division I teams.
Here's Burmeister. And you got to think playing games like this, right, only beneficial as Schneider gets the takeaway. It's going to be beneficial here for the Wreckers as Schneider just airballs this one down the field, and the Friars will head towards Ford's net for a well-earned 15-9 win.
Final score, St. Anthony's 15, Staples 9.
Yeah, both teams playing to the whistle. Good takeaway there by Verdaro. Schneider picking up the ground ball. Total team win there for St. Anthony's. Good for them to rebound after a tough, at least second quarter versus Lawrenceville.
Yeah, Staples now, they'll fall to 3-2 on the season. But listen, we're going to hear a lot more from them. And again, when they get a little healthier as well, I think they're going to be just fine. St. Anthony's, as you mentioned, they bounce back. They're now 5-2 on the season. And that's the response you want off a difficult loss to the #1 ranked team in the country.
the ride, they're manufacturing goals in a lot of different ways, transition, 6-on-6, man up, really important to be able to score in a wide a range of ways, especially when you're playing such top teams and with some really good. Staples was a good defense today that St. Anthony's made them look, pretty ordinary.
Riglietti 4-1, Breslin 3-5, Langton 3, Bolello 2, and then 1 goal apiece for Merrill, Ashheim, and Ruddy to lead the way in this 15-9 win for the Friars. That'll do it here from Cy Donnelly Field for our entire Varsity Media crew. For our executive producer, Ben Turchin, who gets no Mike's Underground Pizza today. No soup for you. Our technical director, Chris Sweeney, he can get maybe 3 or 4 slices if you allow him.
Yes.
Tony DeMasso, Travis DeLuise as well, bringing you all the moving images for my well-fed broadcast partner, Brian Soper. I'm Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us from South Huntington. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Varsity Media Sports Network.